And welcome to Lake Central High School. I am Evan Capozzi with my partner Griffin Winnicky, and we are here today to watch the Lake Central Indians play host to the Portage Indians. On the mound tonight for Lake Central, number 14, Connor Pangburn, getting the start for LC. The team who beat this very Portage team just yesterday, 13-0. They're on a roll. They're hitting the ball real well. Portage has struggled as of late. What are you looking for in this game from Lake Central?
Well, if you're LC, I'd repeat the success you had last game. Both Dorn and Jacob Warren had home runs, and together Carter Dorn and M. Walters combined for a no-hitter against this Portage team. They're going to want to continue their success. Easy as that. And it all starts with Pangburn starting on the mound.
This Portage team, 6-13 this year. They've had a rough go at it. Going to look to right the ship tonight against Lake Central. The sun is shining. There is a little bit of a cloudiness here. It's 72 degrees. Wind blowing from left to right. Shouldn't make much of a difference. In the field today for Lake Central, Matt Santana behind the plate. Blake Nyhard at third base. Griffin Tobias at short. Josh Adam Chesky at second. Graham Weber, the man, at first base. Jacob Warren, Jerry Edwards, and Connor Mish from left to right in the outfield. Pangburn, a junior, we have seen him this year now a number of times, and he's been good. He's had his struggles, but he's came in, he's pitched real well in a couple different outings. He's a guy that we look to be one of the aces of this squad. I was going to say next year, but I mean right now, even going forward, if he can continue to pitch the ball well, he could be a guy they can lean on, especially going into that sectional regional period.
He's definitely either the number 2 or the number 3 option behind Dorn, and either competing with Mish for second or third, it's pretty good. It just means that LC has a pretty complete rotation. As now up to bat will be Antoine Pearson.
And Pearson sees strike one. First pitch in there for Connor Pangburn. He's got the long hair flowing as he throws pitch number 2. It was fouled away. So a little defensive change for Lake Central from their normal lineup. Griffin Tobias shifts over to shortstop. Nyhart will start at third base. No Hunter Snyder to start this game off. There's strike 3 on the breaking ball. He got him to chase, and that's out number 1.
Fantastic off speed right there by Pangburn. And next up to bat will be Adam Alice. And Alice currently struggling at the plate, hitting a .083 so far. He's going to try to turn that around against a very tough pitcher in Connor Pangburn.
The catcher, Alice, sees ball 1 up. Pangburn has been especially good this year on first pitch strikes. Unable to find the zone on that one. That one out of play. So this Lake Central team who won 13-0 yesterday at Portage will host them today as their season comes to an end here very, very soon. Final home game is on Friday.
Expect some fastball right here.
The 1-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 right down the middle. 2 batters, 2 Ks, 1 forward, 1 backward.
Danny Popula next up to bat. Currently hitting .292 so far in the season.
The third baseman, Poplava, will look to really get Portage going here in this first inning. Senior night for the girls softball team at Lake Central taking place over on the softball field just past the right center field wall. That one's low, ball 2. Pangburn from his windup. Poplava gets a piece of it, fouls it back, strike one. There was only, I believe, 6 home runs on this field before the other night when a JV baseball player for Lake Central hit one, as there's a swing and a miss, strike two. I was going to mention a comment about the fans at the softball field keeping their heads up in case of a home run, but then that fact came in my head. That is very rare to see. That one is put through the left side for Poplava. It's going to be a base hit.
With Popio on first, that'll bring up the pitcher, Josh Ortiz. Ortiz having himself a nice season so far at the plate, hitting a nice 385. Going to try to move Popio into scoring position.
Ortiz towards the middle of the batter's box here against Pangburn. There's a first pitch strike. Matt Santana gets a start behind the plate for Lake Central. We've seen a lot of Peyton guard this year. Santana coming off of a surgery in the offseason, but he is there tonight. We'll see how much of an impact he has as there's a ball low. Lake Central has had a lot of success on their home field this year, as we saw with the basketball team during basketball season. Home field advantage, home court advantage for Lake Central seems to be a real thing this year, as there's strike two.
1-2 count. Ortiz facing Popio on first. 2 outs. Dorn pitching from the stretch.
That one's fouled away down the first baseline out of play. So Ortiz fights off that pitch, remains 1-2. Weber holding the runner on first. And the 1-2 offering, runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Pangburn strikes out the side of the first, a lone hit for Portage, a runner stranded, and we'll be back for the bottom of the first inning. And welcome back to Lake Central High School. Josh Ortiz on the mound for Portage today.
First up,
scoreless top half for Portage will lead us to the bottom half of the first inning. It's Blake Nyhart, the usual leadoff hitter for the Indians, will step in. and lead things off. First pitch from Ortiz is low ball.
Ortiz pitching this year so far has 5 appearances. He's currently 0-3 with a 2.85 ERA.
And that's why win-loss is a misleading stat when it comes to pitchers. As Nyhart a chopper to third, he'll beat it out. It's safe. The third baseman, Danny Poplava, just unable to field it cleanly. And Nyhart reaches board, courtesy of an error. But as I was saying, that's why win-loss pitchers is overrated in my opinion, because he's got a 2.85 ERA, which is very good. It's a good ERA, especially for a high school pitcher, but he's 0-3. So you see that 0-3, you're like, oh, okay, well, it's not great. But then you see the ERA, like, okay, it's pretty good.
It just seems like, if you look at it from our perspective, it seems like he hasn't gotten the run support Ortiz needs in order to win these games.
Either that, or he has come in and allowed a late run in the bullpen or something of the sort. As Santana sees ball 1, he'll see strike 2 on the second pitch. Matt Santana hitting in the 2-hole today. No Hunter Snyder in the lineup, so they fill that 2-hole with the catcher. As he will look to push over the third baseman, Nyhart. Nyhart will run. And he is safe. That ball goes into center field. Nyhart remains at second base. So a stolen base.
I was going to call it on the next pitch, but he already stole before I could even predict it.
One step ahead. So now Santana with a running in scoring position. Has a chance to really jumpstart this LC offense early. Ortiz from the stretch. Breaking ball, misses the zone. It's a ball.
Hitter's count here for Santana. 3-1 count. Nyhart in scoring position.
That one will get past the catcher. And Santana will take first base. So an error and a walk is how things get started for Ortiz as a pinch runner. For Santana, it's Ethan Knopf who will jog on out to first base. I can only imagine he will attempt to steal second base at some point in this next sequence. Meanwhile, number 3, Connor Mish, the right fielder, will come up and take a crack at it here with runners on the corners. Knopf goes, the throw down, hits Knopf, and Nyhart's going to score. That one, I think it caught Knopf inside of the helmet. He hit him in the face, I believe. And he's down. He's in some pain. He's holding his eye, his nose somewhere towards the top of his face. The run did score, so Nyhart will be the first Lake Central runner to cross home plate in this one. Coach Schwartzentruber out there for Lake Central having a chat with his pinch runner right now, and Knopf seems to be okay. He'll stay on. So a light applause as Knopf stays in the game, and he has second base occupied. First pitch was a strike to Connor Mish. And Ortiz, who is ahead of the count, cannot be happy with how that first inning started, however. Second pitch in the dirt. Adam Ellis was there to make the stop behind the plate. And it's 1-1. Ortiz. Mish puts that one in the air to right. Might be trouble, maybe not. Knopf gonna look to tag, he'll hold up. Play is made. Cut off his hit, and there's out number 1.
That'll bring up the lefty, Josh Adamczewski.
Unfortunately, that ball got some wind underneath it. If that one was a little bit less high in the air, I think it would be trouble. But no problem there for the right fielder, Blake Schultz, as he makes the play for out number 1. Josh Adamczewski, the second baseman, will step in the left-hander's batter's box, and he will try his luck against Ortiz. First pitch is fouled away, out of play.
Adamczewski with a runner in scoring position. Knopf taking a bit of a smaller lead off of second.
Knopf to steal third. He is safe. A good slide from Ethan Knopf, and he got his hand in there before the tag was put down. And the field umpire signals his arms in the safe motion. And a second stolen base for the first inning for Ethan Knopf. Good breaking ball there from Ortiz. Gets Adamczewski to swing through that one. It's 1-2.
Adamczewski needs to stay back here. Ortiz might be throwing another off speed.
That one in the dirt. Good block by Alice. Surely on a ball that gets past Adam Alice, Ethan Knopf, who we've already seen in this first inning as an aggressive base runner, will look to take home plate. The 2-2 offering from Ortiz. That one hit Adamczewski. So in an at-bat where Josh Ortiz looked like he had some momentum at a 2-2 count, that one runs inside and gets a piece of Adamczewski, and now runners on the corners for Carter Dorn, who had one of LC's 2 home runs in yesterday's matchup. Catcher Adam Alice will throw out a couple signs here with runners on the corners. They believe Adamczewski will be running at some point.
Would not be surprised to see Adamczewski move, but I would also not be surprised to see Dorn swinging on this first pitch.
That first pitch was swung on. A big swing at that for strike 1. Like I mentioned before the game, a slight breeze. We can feel it up here where we are at, looking over down the first base line. Off speed in the dirt for ball 1. It is allergy season.
It is the worst season.
If you see somebody with allergies, wish them good luck. There's a shot through center field. That will drive in a run. Carter Dorn with an RBI single as Ethan Knopf steps on home plate, and LC leading 2-0.
Ball was absolutely peace. Good piece of hitting right there by Knopf. Then I'll bring up the first baseman, Graham Weber, who might be one of my favorite players on this LC team. He does a great job at fielding, and he's also one of the better players on this LC team at the plate.
Weber has had a really, really nice couple weeks here. He's been putting together some really nice at-bats, has had a few big hits in some big games. It seems as if in every big situation, Weber seems like he finds himself up at the plate at some point.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready here with runners on first and second. Only one out. LC with already a 2 spot on the scoreboard, as that one is up for a strike. Dugout chirping for Lake Central. They want to give Weber some confidence here, see what he can do at the plate. Ortiz keeps that one low, a ball.
And it was Weber's younger brother who had the home run for the JV team.
Correct. To my knowledge, I believe that it was only the 7th home run ever on this field in a game.
That's so crazy to think, because LC's had this field for quite a while.
But the dimensions of this field are absolutely huge. Down the lines is 325. The gaps are 380, and dead center is 400 feet away from home plate. A 2-1 count here on Graham Weber against Josh Ortiz. That one is also in the dirt, ball 3. So Ortiz trying to keep his pitches low in the zone. Adam Ellis is getting a workout in behind home plate.
Hitter count here for Weber.
That's ball 4. So that will load the bases as Jacob Warren, the left fielder, will step on up. He had home run number 2 of the game yesterday. And now he's in a big situation here. He could really break this one open early.
Now for bat number 9, Jacob Warren.
LC with 2 runs on currently 1 hit, a walk, an error, and a couple stolen bases.
That first pitch from Ortiz is in there for a strike. It's Jacob Warren, who we've seen him play left field just about every game this season. He's been there every day, left fielder. He hit the ball well to start the year, found himself in a little bit of a cold stretch there for a while, but has since then regained some confidence and started hitting a lot better.
The thing I like about how Schwarzenstruber positions his defense, he has the same guys out there every other night. You know, like we said, Warren in left. You usually have Nyhart and Edwards in center and right. And we usually have Adam Chesky and Tobias out there. Snyder too, but Snyder not out there tonight.
He likes consistency. And he's got a deep bench, so he knows that if he needs to go and find a substitute, he has one. That one's popped in the air towards us. That'll be out of play. The Portage dugout reacts to the foul ball landing on our metal bleachers over here. It made a little bit of a noise. And the count is at 2-2. Warren pops that one up on the edge of the infield. Called for by the second baseman. The play is made for out number 2. Senior Jerry Edwards will now step in. The lefty hitter, the righty thrower. With Ducks on the pond in the first inning, LC leading 2-0. Let's see if he can break it open here with a base hit or 2. Josh Ortiz looking to work his way out of a jam. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Ortiz working from the stretch. That one's popped in the air. Foul territory. Play will not be made, but it's strike 2.
Edwards, who does a pretty good job at battling at the plate no matter what the circumstances are. If I were Edwards, I wouldn't be worried in this 0-2 count right here because he has the ability to fight off these balls and is able to have great plate discipline and aggressiveness.
Well, we see it with all Lake Central hitters pretty much. They like to work counts. They really do a good job with 2 strikes. We'll see what he can do here. That one in the dirt didn't chase. So now the 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1. No, it is 1-2.
It's 1-2.
Sorry, I took a look there quickly at the scoreboard. Wanted to double check, and they said 1-1. I was confused for a second. They're going to say he did. They're going to throw down to first. That will do it. So Lake Central plays 2, Strand 3. But a 2-0 cushion for Connor Pangburn as he will come out for a second inning of work.
Hello and welcome back.
Blake Schultz.
Pangburn got himself some insurance. LC is up 2-0. That'll next bring up to the plate Blake Schultz. Schultz having a decent year at the plate, currently hitting .462. And he will look at strike one. 0-1 count here for Schultz. As that ball is hit deep to right center over Edwards' head. Edwards will chase down the ball, and Schultz is running. And he will stand up and have a triple. Fast moving right there by Schultz, and just fantastic power right there as well. I'll next bring up Zach Laskowski.
So leadoff triple for Blake Schultz. He pieced that ball.
That ball was hit super hard.
He got a real good chunk of that one, put it out in the right center, and got past Edwards, and that was trouble. That's a foul ball to Laskowski. So a leadoff triple. And just like that, Pangburn is in a mini jam here with runner on third and no one out. That one paints the lower edge of the strike zone for strike number 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No throw down on first. Umpire says he's out. Yes, he did. And there's out number 1.
Next bat will be number 3, Tristan Wilke. Or Wilke, I should say, excuse me. Also one of the many Portage players not hitting so well in the season, hitting .107 on the year. This is a runner on third. Ball 1.
So Wilke, the left fielder, will look to drive in his teammate at third base. Showing bunt, will bring it back and swing and a miss.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
I'm not too sure what he was going for on that one. Nyhart charged very briefly. Nonetheless, it's strike 1. There's strike 2.
Not sure if you understood my reference right there from dodgeball.
Would you say Cotton?
Yeah, I said bold. That's a bold move right there, Cotton.
I did. I did get that reference, yes. That one's low a ball. Count is at 2-2. Pangburn working in the stretch, runner on third. 2-2 pitch is smoked into center. Edwards has a read on it. He makes the catch. Runner tagging from third, throw to the plate, not in time. So the run's going to score on a sacrifice fly from Wilke, and Portage is on the board.
That'll bring up to bat next, number 11, A.J. Vasquez.
Now for number 11, AJ Vasquez.
Vasquez hitting 190 on the year so far. Trying to continue this rally here.
That pitch is there for a strike. So a leadoff triple, a strikeout, then a sacrifice fly is how we got to this point in the top of the second inning. There's a swing and a miss. He chased the curveball in the dirt for strike 2. Quick 0-2 count here. Pangburn looks to make quick work of Vasquez. 0-2. Got him swinging in the dirt. Strikeout number 5. Santana tosses it down to first. A good scoop there by Weber, and that will end off the top of the second inning. And we will be right back. And welcome back to Lake Central High School. LC finds themselves in the number 9 spot in the order after 1 inning. So Griffin Tobias will lead things off here in the top of the second.
Now up to bat number 13, Griffin Tobias.
The freshman Tobias to face Josh Ortiz, who found himself in a jam in the first but was able to get out of it, only surrendering 2 runs. Tobias pops that one up into right. The play is made. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Ortiz here in the second. And Nyhart will flip things over in the order. We're back to the top.
Now up to bat number 2, Blake Nyhart.
Nyhart reached on an error to third base, and ground ball to third base, that is, to lead things off for the Indians in the bottom half of the first inning. That pitch is low for a ball. That one's fouled back.
One count here for Nyhart, as he did not go for that one.
Didn't chase 2-1 now, which ironically is also the score of this game, 2-1, Lake Central leading. Ortiz. That ball's hit right back up the middle. And a base hit for number 2. That will bring up the catcher, Matt Santana. He reached on a walk in his first plate appearance. Nyhart, who already has 1 stolen base in this game, decides to hold off on that one. That one's popped in the air. Second baseman calls for it, and the play is made. That one looked like trouble for a second. I thought the center fielder was going to call off the second baseman, but instead the play was made for number 2.
Now up to bat will be Connor Mish.
Up to bat number 3, Connor Mish.
So Mish with a runner on first and 2 down. Ortiz looking in. And Nyhart will go. And he steals second. So second stolen base of the game for Blake Nyhart. We are in the second inning. Already the 4th stolen base of the game for Lake Central. Knopf had 2 as well in the first inning, as Mish sees ball too high.
Nyhart with a huge lead off of second. Thought he was going to go for a second.
Excuse me, I said ball 2. It's a 1-1 count for Connor Mish. That one is up. That is ball 2 there. 2-1 now for Connor Mish, the Xavier commit. He's got a runner in scoring position, 2 down. Big open field down that left field line. That one will get past the catcher, and Nyhart's going to advance to third base.
His 3rd stolen base of the game.
Well, that won't count as a stolen base.
Oh, yeah, a wild pitch.
Just advanced on a wild pitch. Ortiz seemed to have trouble locating. It's looked like so far that he's wanted to stay low in the zone, but a lot of that has resulted in pitches in the dirt. That one popped in the air to right. That's trouble. No, it's not. Play is made. The right fielder there caught me by surprise. He took a set to break on that ball. Blake Schultz did, but he made the play, and that's out number 3. No damage for Lake Central in that second inning. We'll head to the third. So Connor Pegburn on the mound for his third inning of work. He's allowed 1 earned run through 2 innings. Jake Fryer will be at the plate here. The left-handed hitter will face off against Pangburn to start this third inning. Strike 1 is fired in there on the outside corner. That one's low for a ball. A 1-1 count here. That's a ball high. So a 2-1 count here against Fryer. Pangburn, who has 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. Ooh, good frame by Santana. Didn't get the call, however, and it's 3-1.
Hitter count here for Fryer.
That one's in there for a strike. So now the count is full. Payoff pitching coming from Pangburn. Swing and a miss in the dirt, strike 3. Santana will throw down to first, and that will be out number 1. A much better play behind the plate for Santana. When you look back at the play to end the second inning, where it was a sort of, I don't want to say a lazy throw, but in the dirt, seemed to take his time. He was had a little bit of urgency there. Good job by him. Strikeout number 6 for Connor Pangburn as he fires into strike 1 right now.
Antoine Pearson facing the 0-1 count. Top of the order here for Portage.
Pearson, who struck out his first plate appearance, swings through strike 2. May have gotten a little piece of it, but it landed itself in the glove of Santana. And there's strike 3. So that curveball is working.
That is disgusting. That'll bring up Danny Popula.
That is now 7 strikeouts through 2 2/3 innings. So only one of his outs in this game for Connor Pangburn coming from a batted ball. And that was a sacrifice fly that drove in Blake Schultz in the second inning. There's strike 1, finds the lower half of the strike zone. Pangburn, I mean, he is a strike-throwing machine. That's what we've seen from him all year, and sometimes that may allow hitters to really get good pieces of the ball. But this guy, and if he misses the zone, he's going to make you chase. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I expect another curveball right here. 0-2 count, why not?
Here's the thing, as a hitter, you can't really go up there expecting a curveball, but you kind of have to because you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 0-2. Got him looking. Goodness gracious. Striking out the side, Connor Pangburn having an inning. He's got 8 strikeouts through 3, and we'll head to the bottom half of the third. And welcome back. LC leading 2-1 after 2.5 innings of play, and we are here in the third inning, the bottom half of the third inning. And Josh Adamczewski will lead things off for this LC offense.
Last plate appearance was a hit by pitch.
Ortiz had worked the count at 2-2, had some momentum going, and then he hit Adamczewski on the elbow. First pitch in there for a strike. Ortiz, who actually has not looked, he's looked pretty good today. Obviously, he got himself into and out of a jam in the first inning. Only allowed 2 runs in what could have been a much worse situation.
Yeah.
They had a clean second. We'll see if he can do the same here in the third. Off speed, Adamczewski takes a hack at it, gets a piece of it, bounces it right on back about 3, 4, 5 feet maybe behind the umpire. On deck hitter Carter Dorn picks it up, gives it back to the man in blue, and it's an 0-2 count. That one's up a ball. Fairly even depth here for these outfielders. Blake Schultz in the right field's gotten a little bit of action today. That one's in the dirt, a ball. So 2-2 count here on the inaugural batter of this third inning for Lake Central. That one grounded to second. Vasquez hits off a shoe, and that is going to lead to Adamczewski being safe at first. So an error on the second baseman, A.J. Vasquez, leads to Adamczewski reaching safely.
Now to bat number 11, Carter Dorn.
And Carter Dorn will step in. He had a base hit his last time up. It drove in a run. We'll see what he can do here. Adamczewski takes his lead off at first base. That ball is smoked into center field. Oh, he got all of that ball off the warning track off the top of the wall. Adamczewski's going to score. Dorn round second, going to third. He will slide in, feet first. That ball bounces away, and Dorn's going to make his way to home plate. And he'll make it in standing up, a triple, and he will score on the throwing error. And Carter Dorn brings in 2 runs.
I stood up. I thought that was going dead center.
I mean, he got 385, 390 feet of that ball. Any other part of the ballpark, that's a home run. Wow, he crushed that one. It was a triple. We knew it right off the bat that it was going to go all the way to the wall.
Wow, just fantastic hitting right there by Dorn.
What some would call a Little League home run, what I would call a triple with an error. However, Dorn and Adamczewski both score, and Lake Central extends their lead to 4-1. Graham Weber sees a strike there. The first strike of the AB. It's a 1-1 count now. I mean, he hit that ball, and I'll tell you what, I was like, oh, my goodness.
I thought that was gone. I thought he had another one in the series.
I saw the center fielder. Antoine Pearson turn around and start running. I'm like, yep, that ball is going way deep out there. And it hit off the beginning of the warning track, bounced off of the top of the wall right by the 4 and the 400 sign at dead center. And then the throw to third, it hit Dorn, got away from the third baseman, and that was what allowed him to score on the play. Weber has worked this to a full count. 3-2 here, nobody down. He skies that ball into right center. Nope, center. Here comes Pearson. That's going to be a base hit. I lost that ball in the sun there for a second. I saw Blake Schultz coming in hard, and then I also saw Antoine Pearson coming in hard, and it fell right in front of Pearson for a single.
Next bring up Jacob Warren. Warren going to continue this rally LC has so far.
That one's low for ball 1. So an error, a triple with the run scoring on the error. And then a single is how we got here. 2 runs already plated here in the third inning. Warren swings through that one, a big swing. Was looking to replicate his success that he had yesterday with that one. That one is fouled back. So now we got a 1-2 count here on Jacob Warren. I don't know if I put an announcer's jinx on Ortiz because I was talking about, the success that he had in this ball game up to that point. And then after that, things kind of went downhill or what. But that one's in the dirt of ball.
It could very well be that announcer's jinx.
I would not gonna lie, I would feel pretty bad about that. Last thing announcer wants is an announcer's jinx. So let's hope that's not the case. That one will get through, maybe. Oh, great play by the shortstop, but all runners are going to be safe as a slide into second by Weber. Comes a few seconds before the throw reaches the bag. And runners now on first and second. They're going to give an infield hit there to Jacob Warren. So now Jerry Edwards, the center fielder, will come in, and he's got runners on first and second with nobody out. He tried to lay a bunt down. He didn't get it down in fair territory. As that one bounced behind the plate for strike one. That's one thing that I've seen from Lake Central this year. They've had a little bit of a struggle bunting the ball.
The main player who I've really seen bunt is Nyhart. Nyhart has a couple bunts so far in this season, as far as we've seen in the home games.
Right, but we've seen other attempts as well.
Yes.
That have just not worked out for Lake Central. That's one thing that kind of stands out to me about this offense. And one real negative thing that I've been able to gather is that one is sharply hit through the right side. And they're going to hold each runner. Warren's going to put the brakes on and head his way back to second base. He thought Weber was going to be waved around, but Graham Weber, not the fastest player on this LC team, gets held up probably wisely, and that will load the bases for the freshman Griffin Tobias.
Now to bat number 13, Griffin Tobias.
Freshman Tobias, who walks up to the Paw Patrol theme song that was picked by his teammates. That one is a low strike.
Bases loaded for Tobias. Play is anywhere. Shift for this Portage defense is in.
That one's in the dirt, and Weber's going to score, standing up. He was ready to run if there was a pass ball, and there was. And he takes home plate. Third LC runner to score this inning. It's a 5-1 lead.
On the scoreboard, it does say 1-2-3 for Portage. Not really a good thing compared to 3 is the errors.
Tobias. And that's going to get through. One run is in. Edwards is going to be held up at third base. Warren comes home to score on an RBI single for Tobias. Makes it a 6-1 lead.
Now to bat number 2, Lake Nyhart.
So Nyhart in the top of the order will come on up with nobody out. 4 runs already scored in the inning, and runners on the corners. Double play depth for the shortstop and the second baseman. As that one is high. There is some action in the Portage bullpen as Ortiz seems to be heading near the end of his stint on the mound in this one. That one's outside, ball 2.
Seems to be number 16, Danny Vita, in the bullpen currently for the Portage Indians.
Tobias will run. The throw down, not in time. That's going to make its way into center field, and Edwards will sprint his way home, stand up, and touch home plate. And it is 7-1. The 5th run of the inning. And they're going to sub out their catcher here. That's an unusual sequence of events. An errant throw from the catcher. And are they
Also gonna be a
changing?
pitching change.
They're going to have a pitching change as well.
As Danny Vita is going to pitcher.
In the middle of an at-bat. I mean, it is 3-0 count to Nyhart right now, and they're going to have a pitching change in the middle of an at-bat. Ortiz will get his first baseman glove, head out there. And we're going to let Vita warm up here, and we will be back in just a moment. All right, we're back. So Danny Vita on the mound. The new catcher, Jake Fryer. So we're in the middle of an AB here. It's 3-0 to Nyhart. Tobias had just stolen second with the runner on third base. The throw had gotten past the second baseman, Vasquez, and a run had scored. And then the changes were made. So Ortiz goes to first. Vita comes in to pitch. Alice gets subbed out, and Fryer will take over behind the dish.
I heard 3-0, likely to take this first pitch here.
That's ball 4. Tobias will make his way to third base. So first pitch is a walk. You don't hear that often.
Yeah, that's very unusual, as Fryer will call a sign.
And
Santana is up.
I'm not going to lie, I would pretty much guarantee that Blake Nyhart will attempt to run and steal second base at some point in this AB if it's not the first pitch to second. Not the first pitch, Santana takes ball 1. And Nyhart goes, and it's fouled away by Santana. Five runs have been plated in the inning for Lake Central. They have nobody out with runners on the corners, and they are at the 2 spot in their lineup. I mean, this could be a huge inning. It already is a huge inning.
Mm-hmm. Else you can easily extend it, though, given that there are currently no outs in this inning.
Neihart gets his lead off first base. There he goes. Throw down. Over the head of the second baseman, who I'm guessing was expecting to throw to him. Reaches the mid of the shortstop. But it does not go to center field, so the runner at third stays put. Second and third, 2-win scoring position for Santana. Chopper to third. It's foul territory. And there's 2 strikes. Danny Vita. Santana, a corkscrew to second. Vasquez, the first that's going to score a run, however. So Santana drives one in. It's 8-1. Now here comes Connor Mish.
Now to bat number 3, Connor Mish.
Santana getting talked to over down the third base line, and that's going to hit Connor Mish in the shoulder. First pitch, he hit him. So now there's runners on the corners once again. Adam Chesky, who led this inning off, as we have now officially batted around here. 6 runs have scored. There's 1 down. There are 2 on. If you add that up, that is 9.
Up to bat number 12, Josh Adam Chesky.
Here's the pitch from Vita. As Mish runs, he will steal second. Throws in the dirt. Did not get him. So runners in scoring position, 2 of them. Connor Mish, Blake Neihart. As Adam Chesky in the left-handed batter's box. Swings and pops it up out of play. It's a foul ball. Never mind. I stand corrected. The play is made in foul territory. I jumped the gun on that one just a little bit. Play's made for out number 2. I put my hand up there. That's on me. That one is on me.
Carter Dorn up the bat. Last at bat had that piercing triple, which led to an inside the park home run on an error. Going to try to get these 2 runners to score.
He sees strike 1 there. 8-1 lead. Dorn, who has contributed to that with an RBI triple and an RBI single. That one's high a ball. Fryer had to jump up to get that one. And in my head, I'm thinking, do they intentionally walk Carter Dorn? But my brain tells me, why would you do that when you're losing 8-1? You might as well just pitch to him.
Mm-hmm.
That one is crushed. Center field again. That one is going to get over the wall. A ground rule double that will score 2 more runs. Have a day, Carter Dorn. A single in the first, a triple and a double in the second.
I was really hoping to hit the fence. That would have been another triple right there for Carter Dorn.
That would have been 3 at least.
Yes.
The Purdue commit is having himself a night. He drives in 2 more, bring his total to 4 on the day.
And we talk about this all the time. Carter Dorn is that 5-tool player that is going to bring his talents to the next level, and he's going to do well, too.
But the thing, he can pitch, too.
Mm-hmm. Easily.
Make it 6 tools. He is now a home run shy of the cycle, and we are in the 3rd inning. He had a single in the first inning, an RBI single, and then an RBI triple, and then a 2-run double. That one is low, but he gets the strike call there, does Danny Vita against Graham Weber. Off speed, down low a ball. So Weber with Dorn on second, 2 down in the inning. Portage just wants this inning to be over. That one's low a ball. Weber waiting patiently in the box. He gets a low pitch for a ball. So now, the hitters count here. I'm surprised I beat you to it.
Said it right before I was going to.
At 3-1. There's ball 4. So Weber takes his base on balls. That would bring up Jacob Warren. Warren has Dorn on second, Weber on first. Let's see what Warren can do here. That one's going to be high for a ball. And if you're doing a scorebook right now, you're having some fun as that ball's put down the left field line. It's fair. Dorn's going to round third. He will score standing up, and it's an RBI single for Jacob Warren, and it is an 11-1 lead. This team hits, man. This team hits.
This team rakes.
There's going to be some sort of substitution here. Warren will be subbed out. The pitch runner will come in. It's Adam Walters. He will run on first base for Jacob Warren. As Jerry Edwards steps in the box. His last AB was an RBI single. Just past the glove of the first baseman Ortiz, or at the time, not Ortiz. But that ball put into right. Pearson on his way. It's going to drop in front of him. Weber will score. Walters makes his way to third, and Edwards will slide in safely to second. 12-1.
Edwards was set on second base. He never stopped running. Heads up base running right there.
So here's Griffin Tobias, 2 down. 12-1 lead. Runners on second and third.
LC has scored 10 runs in this inning. It's impossible to show on a scoreboard, so they have to resort to putting 0.
Curious to see what they do there, but that one is slapped to short. And the play is made. So there is out number 3 after a long third inning. Lake Central puts up double digits in that inning alone. They lead 12-1 after a 10-run third.
Lake Central is number
And welcome back to Lake Central High School, top of the fourth inning. We got a few position changes here to highlight. Adam Walters, who came in to pinch run for Jacob Warren at the end of the third inning, is in left field. Blake Nyhart has shifted over to second base. Tobias remains as short, and Adam Chesky will play third base here in the fourth inning. Behind the plate, Peyton Guard replaces Matt Santana, and on the mound, Trenton Praske will relieve Connor Pangburn. Praske's first pitch is fouled away, out of play for strike one. Pangburn, who threw 8 strikeouts through 3 innings, relieved here after a 10 spot put on by Lake Central. We have figured out that the scoreboard, instead of just resulting to only a 0, will now flash a 1 after a 0. So you got to take a look at the scoreboard, keep your eyes fixed for just a few seconds, and you'll see the 1 flash. There it is. As LC leads 12-1, they had a huge bottom of the third inning. That's a very, very nice cushion for Praske as he comes in here in the fourth. There's a strike.
Praske's last appearance was that closing win against...
It was against Zionsville on Saturday. He threw against Zionsville on Saturday, through the night before as well. So we've seen him now in a couple appearances. We did not see him a whole lot during the beginning of the season, but he pitched well during those 2 appearances on Friday and Saturday, and now getting a chance here in this game against Portage. Up by 11 runs, looking to shut the door here through these next 2 innings.
Praske from the stretch.
That one's popped in the air by Danny Poplava. Nyhart calls forward at second base. The play is made, and there is out number 1. That will lead up to Josh Ortiz, the starting pitcher in this game for Portage. He allowed 7 earned runs. Not the best start for Ortiz, who came into the game with a 2.45 ERA, but will not be exiting with that.
I think we did kind of jinx him, though, because we did talk about how well his ERA was as a high school pitcher, and he gave about...
Well, we talked about how well he was compared to his win-loss.
Mm-hmm. But
obviously, he's going to probably be getting the loss in this game as well as a jump in ERA.
that
which
ERA
is
is going to skyrocket compared to where it is now.
The thing, LC's a tough team to pitch against. This team
Yeah.
has bats all through the lineup. Their 8-9 hitters, can hit the ball really well as well. So you're never going to have an easy task facing these guys. And Ortiz felt that today. That one's low for a ball. Just missed it. And it's 2-0. Even up by 11 runs, the LC dugout still keeping themselves in the game. As Praske throws a ball there, it's a 3-0 count.
There is some movement in the Portage bullpen as number 20, Trevor Albee, is warming up. Likely to come in for Vita.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I believe that is probably a good decision. Vita got pretty roughed up there at the end of the third inning. There's a strike. Count is now 3-1. Praske will look to battle his way back into this one.
Hitters count here for Ortiz.
Outfield, fair depth. Breeze has slowed down. That would be ball 4. So Ortiz will reach via base on balls.
Now to bat number 17, Blake Schultz.
1 on, 1 out. Blake Schultz, who tripled in his first at-bat. He led off the second inning with a triple, and then he scored on a sacrifice fly, the only run that was allowed by Pangburn. He now has a runner on first base. He's going to lay down a bunt, and wow, what a beautiful bunt as that one stays fair.
Wow.
Both Praske and Adam Chesky let it be, figured it was going to roll foul. It did not. I mean, that was a terrific bunt.
That's a playbook bunt right there. That'll bring up number 5, Zach Okowski.
That's as good as it gets for bunt. And I'm excited about it because that's one thing that I did a lot in my playing days was try and lay one down. That's a very good bunt there. Runners on first and second now. Double play depth for Nyhart and Tobias at second and short. Zach Laskowski will step in versus Praske. That one's in the dirt. Good block by guard. Ortiz on second, Schultz on first. Ortiz reaching on a walk, a bunt then followed from Schultz where he reached safely. Laskowski shows bunt. Praske finds the zone and a strike. 1-1 count. I can feel my allergies clearing up as the sun shines just a little bit brighter here at Lake Central High School. Praske looks. Toss back to Tobias. Checks on Ortiz. There is some life from Portage. They're chirping in the dugout. Still supporting their guys at the plate and on the bases. That one's in there for a strike. So Laskowski once again showed bunt. Pulled it back. And it's strike number 2. From the stretch. A deep breath from Praske. He shows up. That one is right over our heads. Fouled away. You got eager there. You thought it was coming to us?
Yep, I thought it was getting close to us.
Just over our heads. Praske runners on first and second. 1-2 count, 1 down. Pitches in the dirt. Good block by guard. Keeps it in front of him. Runners stay put. So, real quick update on the softball game. Senior night for LC softball. They are 24-1 this year. They lead Portage 4-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, over here it's 12-1, and Praske, just misses up. That one was close. I think it was a little bit lower. It's a strike 3 there, right?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Pitch from Praske, once again fouled away. So a good at-bat here from Laskowski as he continues to fight with 2 strikes. The count is full. 1 down, 2 on. Guard, I believe he's the one that called time there. Gets the sign down. Praske's ready. The pitch, strike 3 looking. He got him.
Seemed like Laskowski knew that was a strike 3 as well.
He started jogging off. And I don't know how he let that pitch go.
I'm surprised he still didn't get one of those bunts down that he supposedly held back.
See, I'm not even sure he was trying to bunt. I think he was just kind of showing bunt, you know what I mean?
Except the bat would be Tristan Wilke.
He didn't really give an effort.
Yeah, no, I didn't really see an effort either.
A backwards K for Praske as Wilke will step up. In the same situation as his prior teammate to step in the box. Runners on first and second. However, this time there are 2 down. Praske looking to get himself out of this inning with no damage. That one's up, ball 2. The 2-0 count here on Wilke. From the stretch, Praske in there for a strike. You know, it's always tough. It's always an adjustment, I should say, going from a righty to a lefty as a hitter. You know, seeing a righty start and then to a lefty, because lefties are, traditionally more rare, I'd say, in baseball. As Praske low in the zone there for ball 3. But what really makes this tough for a hitter, going from a righty to a lefty?
Well, one thing they got to notice is that from a lefty side, the lefty is probably going to be pitching more inside to them. As we've seen Praske, most of his pitches have been inside. And compared to a righty, what we saw from Pangburn, a lot of his pitches were outside when he was going against another right-hander. But
see, my perspective of it is Prasky threw in strike 2. Their count is now full. The fastball on some of these lefty pitchers' tail, and that's a real big thing. That's what really gives left-handed pitchers sometimes a lot of success. Hence, Prasky, who when his two-seam fastball is on, I mean, he's got a wicked tail too. We saw that last week. And so, as a hitter, obviously, it's a fastball, but you don't know which way it's going to go. There's a ground ball to short. Tobias fields it cleanly, makes a clean throw. Weber makes the play, and that will do it for the 4th. So Prasky puts up a 0 in the Portage column, and LC's bats will come on back out after a 10-run inning. We'll see what they can continue to do here. And welcome back to Lake Central High School. And we are at the top of the order, as Blake Nyhart will lead things off here in the 4th inning. LC leads 12-1. Nyhart swings first pitch. That one is in trouble. Vasquez on the move. That's going to drop in right field for a base hit. And Nyhart once again reaches. I feel like he is always getting on base.
yeah, no, it's a common theme we've seen here throughout these games. Nyhart always finds a way to get on base, whether it's drawing these walks, he gets hit by a pitch.
Now to number 24, Peyton Garver.
I would love to see his OBP.
Oh, yeah. And Edwards, too. Edwards does a great job getting on base as well.
And the thing is, Nyhart gets on base and he steals bases just about every time he's on. That's the leadoff hitter for you right there.
Peyton Guard voicing Matt Santana next up to bat. It's one of the first few times I've seen Guard up to bat.
Yeah, typically he gets DH for.
Whether Weber, it could be Dorn or Mish.
Right. Vita still on the mound for Portage. Came in relief in that 3rd inning. Allowed a few runs, but I ride him out here as far as he can go. No action right now in the Portage bullpen. Count is 2-0 on Peyton Guard. A low strike call. Guard we've seen a lot of behind the plate, not as much of in the batter's box this year. And he puts that one through the left side, a base hit. So coming off a 10-run inning, LC begins the 4th with 2 singles. And Connor Mish will step on up for his turn in the order.
Now to bat number 3, Connor Mish.
Xavier commit with 2 runners on base. No one out in the 4th inning. Mish into foul territory. Ortiz makes the play.
dizzy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but
So another substitution here.
No, too bad. Number 20, Colin Mason.
Colin Mason will hit in the spot of Josh Adamczewski, the 4-hole. And he will look to drive in some runs. First and second are occupied. The pitch is in there for a ball. That one is down and in for a strike, though. Vita finds his spot. It's 1-1. Mason, grounder to second. They're going to try to turn two. Vasquez to second. Over to first, and he's safe at first base. Mason beats the throw. Very close at first base. I think they got it right. I think Mason was there by about a step, or half a step, we'll say. As Carter Dorn will step in. I mean, goodness, has he had a day.
Home
A
run
single.
shy of the cycle.
Exactly. A single, a double, and a triple. 4 runs driven in. He has really gotten home to the baseball. And he will look to do so once again. Yes, as you mentioned, now home run away from the cycle. Had a home run yesterday. Got to bet that's probably on his mind right now. That one's a little bit low, but it is a strike. Vita, runners on the corners. Dorn didn't like it. He holds back. It's a ball. Dorn standing in there. Ooh.
Ooh.
Inside, he gets the strike call. And now it's a 1-2 count on Dorn. Sun peeking out from behind the clouds that have rolled in. Colin Mason gets his lead off of first base. Dorn fouls that one straight up. The catcher, Fryer, Vita also over there. He makes the play. The pitcher gets the put out, and that will do it. So no runs on the board in that inning for Lake Central. They still lead 12-1. And welcome back to Lake Central High School. Top of the 5th inning, Lake Central leading 12-1. Trent Prasky looking to finish this one off. I believe the 10-run rule in the 5th, correct?
I don't want to overstep it, but I think I have to agree with you on this. I think the
I
10-run rule
believe-
will apply in the 5th inning.
I believe so. If we're wrong, we're wrong. We'll play one more.
No, too bad. Number 11, AJ Vasquez.
Can't complain about more baseball if we get there.
AJ Vasquez, the second baseman, up to bat, facing Prasky, who got himself out of a jam in that last inning.
Pitched well. He had a walk. And then another runner reaches. That ball is smoked into the left. Walters on his way back, and he will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out.
It almost had me right there. I thought it was going to go over Walters' head.
Walters got a good jump on it. He got a good jump on it, and I kind of recognized. I'm like, okay, I think he's going to make that play there. And he did.
Now up to bat will be the now catcher, number 6, Jake Fryer.
So Fryer. It's going to hit here against Prasky. Lefty on lefty. Oh, good pitch. Good pitch. Fryer swings right through that one for the first strike of the at-bat. 3 errors on the scoreboard for Portage. That has contributed to the big lead that Lake Central has, but the LC's put their bat on ball and found green all over the field. That one's in the dirt for a ball. It's been a barrage of hits from numerous different players.
Yeah, everybody on this LC team has contributed in some way.
They really have. I mean, it's been a complete effort. Prasky finds the bottom of the zone there. Good pitch, strike 2. He'll lean in here. 0-2 count. Still working from the stretch position. Let's see if he's got a wind up here in him. Straight from the stretch. No nonsense guy. Got him looking. Strike 3.
Top of the order now for the Portage Indians is now number 14, Antoine Pearson, come to bat.
A couple of substitutions we failed to recognize here. Ethan Knopf is in center field. Brendan Smith, the freshman, at first base. Colin Mason at third base. 2 down. That one's up a ball. Fly out on a strikeout. Second K of the day for Prasky.
Ooh,
that's a ball.
Close pitch right there.
He just missed. Just missed. 2-0 count now. LC softball still leading 4-0 over there to our right. Prasky. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. That one's in there for a strike.
2-1 count here for Pearson.
It's the top of the order with Antoine Pearson here. He's had himself a long day in center field. That one is stopped by Nyhart, but he's unable to make the play. He dove for it, but it was just short, and he just was not able to corral it in time.
Good stop, though. The eventual stop.
Kept it in front of him, which is always a positive there.
Now up to bat, the pitcher currently, Danny Vita.
So Danny Vita. Will test his luck against Prasky. He's on the back line of the batter's box there. That pitch is in the dirt. A 1 in the run column, 4 hits and 3 errors for Portage. 12 runs, 12 hits for Lake Central. 0 errors. That one back up the middle. Nyhart makes the play. Soft toss to second. And that will do it. So we were correct. The 10-run rule does apply in this situation. LC wins 12-1 as Trenton Prasky comes in relief of Connor Pangburn, throws 2 scoreless innings. After Pangburn's 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts through 3. LC's offense explodes for 10 runs.
And congratulations to the LC Indians posting a their record for the DAC will lead them to the DAC championship.
They are the DAC champs. Thanks to this win here, 12-2 in the DAC with a terrific end to their conference season. We'll be back Friday for our final broadcast of the year. Our final broadcast maybe ever as a live stream crew at Lake Central, as there will be no live stream program next year. It's unfortunate, but we're going to make the best of what we have in our final game on Friday. LC plays host to Hobart, and that will wrap it up for us. I'm Evan Capozzi,
I'm Griffin Winnicky.
and we'll see you guys on Friday.